It appears that we are currently live on YouTube. I just finished doing my premiere for my Monday video. It was, I would say, about half vacation vlog, half toy hunting. But check that out if you have not seen it. Stuart Fulbrook has already made his way to the live. Thank you for being here, Stuart. You were the first person to say something in the chat. Stuart, who had to be, yeah, you were on the premiere. I was talking with you on the premiere. Benjamin Atienza, how's it going? I'm Not a Troller, Goja King, Night of Ran, Larv, Dear Dog, Rerum Trading, First to Say First. McButter Gollum, great video, awesome pickups. Thank you, McButter Gollum. Rerum Trading, John Conroy and Demon Accords. I don't know what that is. But if you notice, guys, I'm at a different angle than my previous lives. I have moved my camera from this monitor. I have like a dual monitor, triple monitor actually. I have a laptop monitor and then two big monitors here. But my camera usually rests on this monitor and it faces this way. But I moved it because if you notice something in the cases here, I have changed things around a little bit. I have done a little thinning of the hot toys. I've removed some hot toys. I've placed them in box. They are ready to be sold at the show that I'm going to be set up at this Saturday morning, or this Saturday. I'm going to be at the North Dallas Toy Show. I currently have, I think it's 14 or 15 hot toys that have been pulled from the cases here. But most importantly, the reason why I wanted to show you this is because new setup up top too. As you can see, the barge is now front and center on that there, so I can look at it all day long. I've got, let me just point them this way. Slave 1 right there. Got some Return of the Jedi heroes there, and then I've got a TIE fighter over there with a skiff and some Imperial Stormtroopers. I can't even point correctly. Stormtroopers, Royal Guard, Darth Vader's up there, a Biker Scout. But yes, this is the new setup up top. So I really like it so far. It's very cool. I've basically changed everything about the tops of these Detolfs. I've got a big Motu Origins display with Castle Grayskull on this. I've got a big Masterpiece scale Transformers. Here, let me show you. You want to see that? All right, so sorry about the ring light there. There we go. So there is the Masterpiece setup. In between the Masterpiece and the Motu Origins, I currently have some Joe stuff. I'm still working on that. I'm doing like a very small 3 3/4 inch Joe display. And then there's the Motu Origins big battle right there. Good guys versus bad guys in front of Castle Grayskull. So that's, let me make sure I don't mess anything up there. That is the current, let me do this too. That is the current situation of my display. I'm very, very happy with it. One of the things I always say is if you start feeling like your collection's getting stale and you're just kind of losing interest in it, do some reposes, move stuff around, just shift, move things in different places, and it really makes you feel like your collection is fresh again. It makes you feel new again. So geez, there's the second piece of advice. I claim not to be an advice guy, but I've given 2 pieces of advice. 1 on the video, take a vacation. Number 2, move stuff around if it starts feeling old. Anyway, I got to do a couple things here. We're on live chat, so there's good there. Collect and Conquer, I need a new webcam also. This one's all right. It does 1080p. I would like a more powerful webcam. We are live on YouTube, by the way. We just premiered the video, which you make several, you're in several clips.
Can they see me?
Yes, they can see you. You're right there.
Look at my hand.
Yes.
It's a big rip from bars.
As you know, Tay is an elite gymnastics practitioner. You are elite.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Anyway.
I'm level 5.
Okay. She's working her way up the ranks. But she, in gymnastics, you get calluses on your hand, just like weightlifters get. They get them from like bars and stuff, and she ripped one of the calluses today. So it was pretty nasty. I feel bad for her. I saw the picture of it, and is it bothering you?
Yes, it hurts.
Well, keep it clean. Make sure you keep it clean.
Yeah.
Mr. Nark is here. Craig is here.
I'm going to go eat.
You're going to go eat? We're having Chick-fil-A for dinner, so don't eat too much.
Oh, oopsie.
Don't step on that stuff either.
Well,
I haven't showed
maybe
anyone
you
yet.
shouldn't have it on the
Maybe
floor.
you should watch where you're walking since you're an elite gymnast.
Maybe you should have it on the floor.
Maybe you shouldn't cheat at races with your cousin.
I did not cheat.
I'm just kidding. Bye-bye. Love you. All right, now where was I? I needed to do one more thing here. By the way, how's everyone doing? Hope you guys had a great weekend, a great Monday. I'm trying to remember what I was trying to do here. That's what I was going to do. Okay, hold on one second here. Hope you feel better, Tay-Tay. Nasser says, thank you, Nasser. All right. Okay, so let us catch up on comments since I'm already behind. We're a little early here. It's 5:30 Central Time. It's only like 3:30 in the afternoon in the Pacific, so not a whole lot of people watching right now, but I'm glad for everyone that is here. Thank you for everyone that could make it to this live. But let's see here. Who else is here? I think I left at our rerun trading. Kevin Vallejo, 50% of the infamous Vallejo brothers is here. Kevin is here. How's it going, man? Michael Thomas, Javi Soprano, Brett Turner, Collecting Conquer, Gruff Brute. What's up, Ken? How's it going? By the way, the gentleman that makes all of our amazing intros for the Sweet Spot Monday videos is Gruff Brute. And I want you to check out, I posted it as a separate video. It's the trailer for this week's Sweet Spot Network. It's freaking hilarious. But there's a copywritten song, which is the funniest part of the video. So check that out. It's a separate video on my page on YouTube. But Mr. Gruff Brute, Mr. Ken, super freaking talented and makes me laugh. Like every time I get a new intro, I watch it like 2 or 3 times in a row and just laugh my ass off. They're so freaking funny. Anyway, thanks for being here, man. Night of Ren, Hot Toys Beskar Mando should be here Monday. Very, very cool. What are your guys' thoughts on the solicitation for the Season 2 Beskar Steel Mandalorian? Or as I like to call it, the cash grab. It comes with the Darksaber. It comes with the spear. It comes with a more chromish looking armor. What else does it come with? A bunch of freaking accessories. And then not a removable helmet. I guess a separate head sculpt for Pedro Pascal. Not going to lie, kind of pissed off that they did that. Because I thought that was going to be the one and only Beskar Mando. I love that one. It's still my favorite Hot Toys figure of the year. But still, why the frick? Why the frick does Hot Toys do that crap? Seriously. I don't want to sell that one. But the new one is frickin' better. You can't really argue with that. Anyway. Let's see here. Where was I before I went off on a frickin' rant? First rant of the Monday stream. Olive Garden. By the way, I have a bunch of stuff I'm going to show you in this haul here. Olive Garden 67, Shane Hawkins, Zastro, Room V, Mark Lopez, Mark Rose, Jesus, Anthony Rendon, showing off the Hot Toys. Yes, showing off the Hot Toys. And if you notice, the final cabinet, this is not all Hot Toys now. I have changed it so the final cabinet is Mezco, Storm, Mortal Kombat right there. So introducing some new stuff into this wall. Bam! I like it. I like it so far. McButter Gollum says, Hot Toy Angle. Turtle Chris, cool video. Always fun to hunt figures in different states. Yeah, every time we go on vacation, it seems like I do some kind of like video in that state, just hitting up Targets and Walmarts. It's just fun going to different Targets and Walmarts that you don't frickin' go to every single week. So it was fun going to those. It was fun going to that GameStop. So I like to share that. Plus, I get to go to those specific stores like once every 2 or 3 years because that's how often we go to Destin. So it's cool to hit up those stores every 2 or 3 years. Let's see. Zastro, make the Batfleck movie. Hell frickin' yes. I heard... Where did I hear that? I heard for the first time, I was with Plastic Addict and Rube the Great. We were at DFW Toy Stash. So free shout out to them, DFW Toy Stash. One of the items down here that you're going to see is one of the items that I got at DFW Toy Stash. But they were talking actually with some of the guys that work there about the premise for the Batman movie, the one that Ben Affleck was going to do. I had not heard this before. It was the first time hearing it, and I was kind of blown away by it. That the premise for the Batman movie, the one that Affleck was going to write, direct, and star in, was going to be like The Raid, where he was going through Arkham Asylum floor by floor, facing different Batman villains. Holy crap. How awesome would that have been? I mean, that's basically like the premise of Arkham Asylum, the video game, but in movie form with a great director doing it. Affleck's a freaking hell of a director. Go watch the movie The Town. If you've never seen a movie that he directed, awesome movie. He stars in that too. Jeremy Renner's in that too. But check out that movie. Plastic Addict's here. I was just talking about you, dude. Plastics. We were having tacos at Velvet Taco, and he said that I look washed out sometimes when I'm doing the lives. And he said, don't turn as many lights on. So I did specifically that, George. I'm running off of the light from my monitors right now. And I have my one ring light turned very, very, very low, but my spotlight is not on. So I took your advice, and hopefully it looks better. I do look a little blue, though. I look a little Empire Strikes Back on Hoth with that blue tone, but that's okay. At least I don't look washed out. But what's up, Plastic Addict? How's it going, man? Hope you enjoy being a Texan. Mr. Plastic Addict is still here in Texas. And hopefully we can hang out one more time before he heads back to Cali. But it's been great, absolutely amazing hanging out with the one and only Plastic Addict while he's been here in Texas. But let's see, who else is here? Francisco Marquez, Knight of Ren, says, Hot Toys. Collect and Conquer, just added my secondary monitor also. It really helps, especially if you're doing a lot of graphic stuff. I'm always on Final Cut, and I'm working with, different freaking stuff, trying to pull royalty-free clips. Anyway, I got to use a bunch of monitors when I'm working, so it definitely helps. Room Visa's Plastic is in the house. Hell yes, he is. Brett Turner, I'll be at NDTS, North Dallas Toy Show. Brett Turner's going to be at North Dallas Toy Show. I will see you there, Brett. Stop by the booth. Again, 15 hot toys. I have a bunch of other stuff I'm bringing. A little bit of everything, like I usually do. But 15 hot toys. So hopefully, if anyone's looking for hot toys and you're in the area, please hit me up. I'll be giving some deals away at the show. I gotta make room and make some money. Big A's Collectibles. How's it going? Ben Tenza says, damn, how hard was that thinning out your Hot Toys figures? It was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. It was a lot easier. One of the things that I kind of decided, and it might change, is I got rid of everyone, well, with two exceptions that I can see right offhand. I got rid of anyone that was like a troop builder or an army builder. I kept just characters. The two exceptions are the Royal Guards, because they kind of fill out that shelf with the Emperor. But you'll notice I don't have any Stormtroopers, Death Troopers, Shore Troopers, anything like that. No troopers. I want to keep just characters. Characters that I like, actors that I like, actresses that I like, movies that I like. So that's how I kind of arrived at what I have here. This is not everything, by the way. I still have the loft out there with Hot Toys on it. So I still have my Thanoses. I have a bunch of Iron Mans and stuff. This is just what's in here. But I did thin a lot. Hey, look, it's the Slave. One Zastro says, love the warm lights. Benny Hawkins, everybody thumbs up. Thank you, Benny. I appreciate that. Yeah, if you liked the video that I premiered, first of all, check that out. If you missed out on the premiere, check it out. It's on replay. It's up, so you can watch it. Little vacation vlog. I know some people just like come to the channel just to see the toy content. They don't watch the lives. They don't like anything that's not what's in the stores. Sometimes people just subscribe to you to see what is in the stores. That's all I want to see. If you start talking about stuff like movies or freaking comic books, I'm out. That's fine. Thank you for watching for what you do watch. But yeah, I like to share my life. I like to do the vlog type content, so hopefully you liked that vacation vlog. Boba Fett Starship, The Collector, Slave One for Life, Noah Johnson. What do you think about the new images for the WWE Elites? I'm trying to remember what has been released. Which images are you referring to? Which characters, which wrestlers are we talking about? Collecting Conquer says, hey, Cincy, it's me, Christian, just in case you didn't know. How's it going, Christian? I'm not a troller. Says, nice. Goji King, I'm finally going to hit up Houston for the first time since moving to Texas. Stopped on the way in, but only briefly. I haven't spent a whole lot of time in Houston. I came to Houston for work in 2002, I think it was. I spent like 5 days in Houston. I remember some really good steak. Gerardo Orea just subscribed. Thank you, Gerardo. Some very, very good steak in Houston. And then we passed through Houston to go on a cruise that left from, was it Corpus? Or Port of Galveston? I don't freaking know. Anyway, the port that's south of Houston, we drove through Houston to get there, to go on a cruise to Mexico. But I haven't spent a whole lot of time in Houston. I definitely need to get down there because I think that's the major city in Texas that I've been to the least. I've been to Austin a lot. I've been to San Antonio a few times. Obviously, I live in Dallas. But Houston's the one that I just really haven't spent a whole lot of time in. Chi-Town Cylon, need that slave one before the price go up after today's news. What news? I missed out on it. What's the news today? Please. Chi-Town Cylon, let me know. What's the news today? Happy to catch your live while I'm working, Nasser says. You're not letting the Gallery, Iron Man, and Hulkbuster go, are you? The Gallery, Iron Man. Gallery, Iron Man. Which one is that? The Gallery. Oh, like the, what's the Gallery? Are you talking about Infinity War or Age of Ultron? I have the Age of Ultron Hulkbuster out in the loft. I have the Gantry. That's probably what you typed, and it corrected to Gallery. I have the Gantry Iron Man. I'll never let go of that. That's probably one of my favorite pieces in my collection, behind the Luke on the Tauntaun. But yeah, the Gantry Iron Man, that's a keeper. Ben Tenza says, did you see the new Elites coming out? New Asuka, Big Daddy Cool, Billy Gunn, El Legado de Fantasma. Holy crap, I did not see that. Let's pull it up right now. Let's see, who would have that up? Let me check old Instagram. Or is that on Ringside? Probably on Ringside. Let's just check that. And I'll give you my thoughts right now on those. Oh, okay. So there's the Asuka. The Asuka looks freaking awesome. She's got the green paint coming down from her eyes. Let's see what else we got. Ringside has an Instagram. Why am I not subscribed to that? Warlord, Candice LeRae, Santos Escobar. Definitely going to get the Santos Escobar. Probably going to get the Asuka. That looks really good. Otis, Braun, Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews looks good, but I wish he wasn't smiling since he's full heel now. Junkyard Dog. Billy Gunn DX. Definitely getting that. Definitely getting the Kevin Nash. The Legends Kevin Nash. Oh, that Roddy Piper looks freaking amazing, too. Okay. Those are some freaking reveals, I gotta say. Roddy Piper, yes. Billy Gunn, yes. Kevin Nash, yes. That looks like an Outsiders Kevin Nash. That is awesome. Junkyard Dog, Game Time Decision. I got to see it in person. Apollo, probably not because he looks too happy. Otis, probably no. Strowman, no. Asuka, probably. Escobar, definitely. Warlord, maybe. Candice LeRae, possibly. So those are my thoughts on the reveals. And let me go ahead and follow Ringside. For some reason, I was not following them. But thank you guys for keeping me abreast of the announcements on the Elites. Now, someone please fill me in on what the news is on the on Slave One or Star Wars, I guess. All right, let's see. My local GameStop has that 3.75 slave one. Might need to pick it up now. Wait for a bag sale. GameStop always has the bag sales. They do it like once every, it seems like once every 2 months or so, where if you buy it's like a $5 or $7 bag, you get 20 to 25% off of all collectibles. It's a good time to stock up on collectibles and get stuff at a good price. So if you can hold out, try and wait for a bag sale. Since his setup would make any collector envious. Yeah, it's just what I like. It's the other thing that I did is I looked at the pre-orders that I have for Hot Toys, and I made sure that everything that I have pre-ordered had a space waiting for it. So, yeah, I like it. It's scaled down. It's not as many Hot Toys as I previously had, obviously, but I really like what I got. I think that's the most important thing, is just be happy with what you have. Which Hot Toys are you selling? Just wondering what you're moving on with, because I'm changing up my collection too. Anthony, I would tell you, but literally I don't remember, because I already packed them all up. I spent almost all last evening packing them up, putting them in box, and they're currently sitting in the hallway, because my inventory for the show is all in the hallway. I would tell you, but I just honestly can't remember. There's a few there's like an Infinity War Bucky Barnes, Infinity War Black Widow, Infinity War, there is a Hulkbuster. It's the Power Pose Infinity War Hulkbuster. I'm keeping the Age of Ultron one. There's a bunch of stuff. There's a John Wick in there. Anyway, there's a bunch of stuff. At least it's good advice, Zaystro says. Man from Room V. I don't like giving advice because all advice can be subjective. Like what I think is good advice can be bad advice to other people. But I honestly think taking a vacation, at least just taking time off away from your job, this is the most important thing, I think, is taking this thing, this black mirror right here. Where I do have a cool lock screen with the freaking Ninja Turtles. And putting it away and not looking at it. Honestly, that was the greatest thing during my vacation, is taking this thing, putting it in the little, we had a little basket where we put our car keys and stuff in the condo. I left it in there all damn day. And I wasn't looking at email. I wasn't looking at social media. It was so freaking refreshing. And honestly, I can't even describe how less stressed I was after that week of doing that. So, I don't know. Touch those toys, guys. Don't be scared. Room V says. Willie Woodson, how's it going? Victor Calzada, any comics lately? I left my stack of comics out there, but one of the things that I did start picking up again was the new Darth Vader comic. I picked up the last 2 issues of... Getting blown up here. I picked up the last 2 issues of the Darth Vader comic book. It's War of the Bounty Hunters, but I've heard that it's the best Star Wars comic. There's a bunch of Star Wars comic books out right now. Star Wars, Bounty Hunters, Dr. Aphra, Darth Vader. And I have heard Darth Vader is by far the best Star Wars book out right now. So I picked up the last 2 of those. Anxious to read those. I don't even remember what else I freaking picked up, but just a very small stack. That's the other thing I started cutting back on is comics. Because my read pile used to be manageable. Now it's like frickin' 6 short boxes. Completely ridiculous. There's no way I'm going to get to those. I would have to stop buying comic books for like probably a year and a half to catch up. So I had to at least cut down. I don't know how I'm going to catch up, but I read every day to try and catch up. It's never going to happen, but that's what I'm trying to do. Michael Thomas says, ouch. Talking about Tay-Tay's ripped blister or ripped callus. Jared Luna, nice blister. Do you guys do Sweet Spot today? I was the only one that had a new video today. Kyle tried to get a video up, but he was getting an error from, I think he uses Premiere. He was getting an error. Craig is on vacation, so he didn't have a new video. He's down at the lake. Enjoy your time off, Craig. And Josh didn't have a new video, but catch Josh on Twitch because he's always streaming on Twitch. The Sweet Spot is not going away. It continues on. We will have videos. I'm going to try and have a video every single week, but there's going to be weeks where I'm not available. So there's going to be weeks where, it's not all 4 of us. Sometimes it's one of us. So The only thing I can say is that I appreciate you guys being here and watching and being here for the live and being there for the premiere. Honestly appreciate that. Javi Soprano says executive producer Tay. Let's see. Goji says calluses are annoying at first, but once you build that tough skin, you won't think much of it. Hope you feel better, Tay. Comments just jumped. Narc just said tacos and donuts, Rube. Hell yes. Saturday morning, if you stop by the table, first thing, I might have some donuts. If you get sick from the donuts, it's not on me, so don't. But if you want a donut, I might have one available, and you can have a donut. I'm not like claiming that the donuts are going to make you sick. I'm exempting myself from any kind of liability. Maybe I shouldn't give donuts out. Anyway, I got to start showing you what I got here. I think the first thing that was in the title of this live was Motu Revelation. We all saw the Hero trailer. We're all excited for it. I think most of us are excited for it. I was excited to find these at Target. I was not expecting to find either of these, especially this second one. But let me show you the first thing I picked up. It is... I'm an idiot. Well, there's a spoiler for something else that's in the haul. It is... How did I pick up the completely wrong figure? Anyway, it's Skelegod. I got Skelegod. Freaking awesome. He looks great. Every review that I've heard and seen, people are saying that this is like really surprised them. The articulation's great. Just kind of took everyone by surprise with how great of a figure it is. So really excited to get this one up. The packaging is really solid too. Like, look at that packaging. I mean, they freaking kind of nailed it. They kind of nailed it with this packaging. But again, looking forward to the trailer. I think one of my favorite parts in the trailer is just seeing characters that never made it in the original cartoon. I don't think we ever saw Land Shark in the original cartoon, and then we never saw Clamp Champ. It's cool seeing them in animation. And then seeing Orko being a badass. Holy frick. Orko, the comic relief, being a total badass in that trailer was amazing. And then my other favorite part is when, and I apologize if I'm giving you spoilers. By now you should have watched the damn trailer. Go watch it. Hopefully if you haven't seen it, hopefully me talking about it is going to excite you enough to go watch the trailer. But when Skeletor or Skelegod summons that big ass fist, and then He-Man just goes like head to head with that big ass hand. That was so freaking amazing. I loved it. Absolutely cool. This one right here. Went to Target. I forgot what we were going there for. I think we went there because there's a Starbucks there and we wanted to get some Starbucks. And while we were there, it was me and Tay, and she was like, Daddy, can I go look at the mini brands? And I'm like, of course, let's go look at the mini brands. So she looked at the mini brands, got a toy mini brand, which I bought her one of those. And I'm like, well, let me go see what they got in the figure section. So nothing new in the NECA section, but I went over to the figure section. I'm like, nothing really new. And then I went around to the back end cap of the action figure aisle. The back end cap. Which if you're not really like looking hard, you're going to miss. And I found this. Holy moly. He is huge. He is huge. This is Battle Cat. Motu Revelation. The Masterverse. Battle Cat. It's so big. It is so large. So let me show you. This is a half-completed Zemnu. I need his head and his other leg. Still need the hood and red skull. But you probably have an idea of how large a Build-A-Figure is. Look at how big Battle Cat is compared to this Zemnu. No lie, he's huge. I was not expecting how big he was going to be. But he looks freaking awesome. There he is right there. I can't wait for... I said I was not going to collect this this wave. I was not going to collect this line. And look at me. I got freaking Battle Cat and Skelegod already. And I can't wait for He-Man and Moss Man and Skeletor and Evelyn and all the rest. I hope the cartoon's good. I really hope it is. But there you go. Those are the first two pickups. Revelation And again, check your end caps, back end caps. You never know where you're going to find it. That's where I found it. I've seen Skelegod twice, and both times it was on a back end cap. Not even the front end cap that faces like the walking aisle. The back one that faces like board games and puzzles and stuff like that. So check your back end caps. Since I already showed you this one because I'm a frickin' moron, I got this one too. This is the Justice League Multiverse Toddy Mack Black Suit Superman. From what I have seen, this is the best looking figure. The Flash looks pretty good too, but I figured I'm not going to collect this entire wave. If I was going to get any, it was going to be this one. I really wanted a Black Suit Superman. I'm waiting anxiously for the Mezco 1 in the 3-pack, which I pre-ordered. That comes with Batman, Black Suit Superman, and Flash. And that'll go great with my Aquaman Mezco, but this will be a great stand-in for the time being. I think he looks awesome. And I've had a couple people say, does the face sculpt look like Henry Cavill? You be the judge yourself. I think it does. He's got the jawline, the cheek line and the jawline right there, if you could see it. I think it looks like Henry Cavill, so there you go. Because I grabbed the wrong figure. Let's see. I have no idea what's going on in the comics anymore. Jared says, yeah, I'm also behind on comics like 2 years worth. Shang-Chi trailer 2 looks good. Yeah, the Shang-Chi trailer looks great. Snake Eyes trailer looks freaking awesome. Rube is here. How's it going, Rube? Rube says, I'm going Saturday for the donut. So Rube will be there. Hopefully Plastic Addict can be there at least in the morning before he has to catch his flight. That would be amazing if he made it out there. I understand if he doesn't, but it would be cool if he made it to the show. Narc's going to be there. Tacos and donuts. It's going to be a great freaking time. It's always a great freaking time. And it's a big show. It's 200 tables. So Boston Mike will be there, I think. I think he's got a table. It'll be a freaking blast. We always have such a great time at these shows. Let me scroll up a little bit because I missed a bunch of comments. Cincy Mezco 89 Keaton. Yes, I pre-ordered it. Dante Inferno, I did pre-order it. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Cincy, what's up? I got the Marvel Legends Winter Soldier from the Disney Plus wave and also got the Gameverse Captain America Marvel Legends. That's the one with the Mr. Hyde head. Great pickups there. Let's see. Eric Stream. Jeremy says, how's it going, Jeremy? Cincy, you should check out the Water Gardens in downtown Fort Worth. I've never even heard of that. Water Gardens in downtown Fort Worth. I haven't even seen a whole lot of Dallas. I mean, I've lived here for many years. I lived here for, 6 years before, and I've lived here for like 2.5 now. And there's still a lot of Dallas that I have not seen. It's a very, very large city, so large metroplex. Galveston, thank you. Turtle Chris says probably Galveston. Random Killer X says Galveston. Yeah, that's where our cruise left from. Really want to go on another cruise. I really want to. I was asking the girls if they wanted to go to Disney World next year, and they're like, I want to go on another Disney cruise. I'm like, hell frickin' yes. Guys, the last Disney cruise we went on was the year Infinity War opened in the theaters. And we went on our cruise the week Infinity War opened in the theaters. So we were like, we're going on a Disney cruise. We're going to see like Marvel characters, but we're kind of bummed that we're not going to be able to see Infinity War when it opens up. So we all have to like maintain radio silence, not talk to anyone about Infinity War because we don't want to get spoiled to it. Well, our first day on the cruise director dude is on the intercom or whatever, and he's like, hey, we have a big surprise for you. Once we get to international waters, you will be the first people to watch Avengers Infinity War because we're going to be showing it in our big movie theater on the boat. And we're all freaking out. That was probably the most intense movie experience I've ever been to. Is the Disney cruise ship, the movie theater, opening night, Avengers Infinity War. Nothing but people that just loved Avengers, Marvel movies. And everyone was in shock when people got dusted. When Thanos snapped, people got dusted, and then credits rolled. Just like, people were crying. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. I remember it like it was yesterday. But that was the craziest experience I've ever been to in a movie. But let's see. Let me catch up because I've missed a lot of comments. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Rube says, you have to beat me to the donuts. DJ says, Cincy, who's your favorite figure in the Marvel Legends Disney Plus wave? Because mine is Bucky. My favorite one in the Disney Plus wave is Scarlet Witch. I think that figure is damn near perfect. I think my second favorite is probably Sam Cap. I really like that figure. I think it looks great. Number 3 is probably Vision. Number 4 is probably Zemo. But yeah, those are my favorites. And then Bucky, and then Loki, and then US Agent. Let's see here. Just got Black Series Tech from eBay to compete the newest Black Series wave for me. Tech. Oh, yes. I still need Tech. I need Rika, Teak. I want the whole Bad Batch, obviously. I want that. I need that whole wave. That's a great wave. It's got Aura Singh, Koska Reeves, Teak, and it's got the droid from Mandalorian. I can't remember the name. And am I forgetting a figure? Great wave. I pre-ordered the whole thing on Big Bad. Hopefully they get it soon. I hate finding stuff in stores before I get my pre-order from Big Bad. I pre-order for a reason. And a lot of times they don't get it until way after I found it in stores. Let's see. I have a feeling Revelation isn't going to be that great. We'll just have to wait and see. I've gone into a lot of television shows thinking they're going to suck, and I've been completely blown away and completely wrong, and I was like, I was wrong. This is great. Loki is kind of one of those. I was not expecting a whole lot when I heard they were doing a Loki series, but I've really liked it so far. Really liked it. WandaVision, I also thought that was kind of be a little weird and not very entertaining. But that's been really good too. Or I really like that, WandaVision. Best figure of the McFarlane Justice League, Michael Taylor says, talking about the Black Suit Superman. Let's see. Thomas Brock, yes, Marvel's first martial arts movie. Talking about Shang-Chi. Night of Ren says Sergeant Slaughter is getting a Masters of the WWE Universe 5.5 inch figure. Looks neat. Very cool. I did not hear that. Let's see. Got the Flash Dark Side to arrive today. Waiting for the rest. If I buy any more in the McFarlane Justice League figures, it's going to be Flash. I did see Flash at the store, but that was the same day that I saw this. So this took precedence. $40 for this. I bought this instead. Is it freaking storming out? Yes, it is. It is storming outside. Let's see. Head sculpt is good, but a better paint job will make it look more like the actor. Paint apps. Which figure are you talking about? Are you talking about the Superman? All right. Night of Ren is not feeling the Loki show. Night of Ren also said, Rika, Teak, Hanta, Crosshair. Gotta love Omega's accent. By the way, hopefully everyone's caught up on Bad Batch. Did not see that coming as far as Omega's kind of secret. I thought she was something else, but I kind of like it, and it makes sense. It makes sense storytelling wise. I'm not going to say what it is because some people are not caught up on Bad Batch, but I do like the explanation of who she is, and I'm glad that it came now in the series as opposed to later. Night of Ren can't stand Omega. Fabulous Disaster, are you getting the whole Revelations wave? I'm going to try not to. I'm going to try not to, but you never know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Was that Abomination and Fin Fang Foom in the last Shang-Chi trailer? I don't know about Foom, but pretty sure it was Abomination in the cage fight. Because I think the closed captions even say it's Abomination. They should have gotten Jet Li or Donnie Yen to play the Mandarin, because they are real martial artists. Cad Bane, and that was Nameless 70. Knight of Ren says Cad Bane is a badass. I do like him. I like him a lot. Alright. Let's see some more Motu stuff, shall we? As I try not to fall out of my freaking chair. I bought 2 new Motu Origins figures that I found also at... One of these was at Target. One of these was an Amazon pickup. I'm going to start with the Target pickup first. I already have this figure. This one is slightly different. This one comes with an added feature. It also comes with a new head sculpt. So I picked it up because I'm a freaking sucker. But I got Buzzsaw Hordak. His chest opens up. He has the little buzzsaw gimmick right here that the old toy had. But it looks nearly identical to the other Hordak figure, again, which I already have. I like this head sculpt a lot. I really like this old school looking head sculpt. So that's one of the main reasons I picked this up. By the way, if the stream suddenly goes bye-bye, it's because it is storming like a mother fricker outside right now. And if I lose power, this thing's kaput. So I'm just letting you guys know. If I just suddenly go bye-bye, it's because we lost power. So I got that. And then this one right here, I saw on Amazon. I pre-ordered it. I was very surprised to see that it already shipped. But I'm definitely looking forward to 2 other figures in this wave. Those other figures, so that'll narrow down which one this is. The other figures I'm looking forward to in this wave are Fisto and Faker. This one right here is my second version of Merman. So LOP right there. Merman. This is the second version of Merman. And personally, I think this is the better looking version of Merman. Philip Christopher Suffolk just subscribed. And thank you, Philip. I appreciate it. But there is the Merman. Pick that one up. Very, very cool. I did want to let you guys know, in between reading comments and in between showing you the next stuff in this haul, that I'm going to try something a little different, format-wise, for my channel going forward. Most of my videos recently have not really been a whole lot of toy hunting, but a lot of toy haul. And I want to try something new and just see how long it lasts. If I get tired of it, if it becomes too much, I'm going to stop. But at least for some upcoming videos, and it'll be not this next video, but the video after that, and then as many as I can do after that. I want to try and keep track of my purchases for action figures, toys, and collectibles. So when I have, let's just say, when I do a haul, I'm going to do these on a weekly basis and show you what my weekly pickups are. And then I'm going to show you how much I'm spending on these things. So if I buy these things at retail, I'll show you that this thing costs $39.99. And I'm going to keep track, a running tally of how much I'm spending on a weekly basis on toys and action figures. I think that'll help me because it'll probably help me control my spending a little bit better once I realize how much I'm spending on a weekly basis. But I'm also going to be tallying it up on a monthly basis and possibly on an annual basis. I really wanted to start doing this January 1st of 2022, but I think I'm going to start it ASAP. Like, again, not next week, but the week after. And yeah, you'll see how much I'm spending on this stuff, and you'll see how much I'm spending just kind of taking a look at the whole economic side of collecting. Rob Swallow says not a good idea. But I think we as collectors, we see a lot of different things. We see toy hunting, we see toy reviews, we see toy hauls. But I want to get into how much are we spending on this stuff? Because I know other collectors buy more than me. Some people buy as much as me. Some people buy less. Some people are on tighter budgets. I want to know how much I am personally spending on a weekly, monthly, and annual basis on this hobby that we love. So Chi-Town Cylon said, I stopped keeping track when I decided to do that on the Black Series. I was a completist. After $4,000 in the first 3 years, I threw out the evidence. Very cool. Javi says you got the bread to spend, Cincy. I don't really. That's why I'm always trying to sell stuff. I have a little bit of money that I set aside every paycheck for comics, action figures, frickin' hockey cards. Whatever I buy that's for me, that's what my money is set aside for. But I have to sell stuff to buy stuff. I collect so many different lines and so many different things. I have to constantly cycle stuff out. So I don't really have the bread to spend unless I've sold a bunch of stuff. So again, I just want to keep track. I think it'll be helpful. Helpful for me, helpful for people that are watching, just to kind of see. Because I think a lot of people kind of ignore how much they're spending, and I think it'll be helpful. Anyway, if it sucks and people aren't watching, I'll probably change the format, but it's something I want to give a try. I want to at least see how it works out. Dan says, trying to do better with the spending too. It's not working. V says, the purge has to happen. It's healthy. Javi says, I spend way too much, Cincy, but I gotta have certain plastic. Michael Thomas, I just made a spreadsheet of all my pre-orders, and sheesh, I might need to cut back. Yeah, this whole idea kind of started with what you're talking about, Michael. I actually made a spreadsheet. It's an Excel spreadsheet on my Hot Toys pre-orders and payment plans. And the way that I did this is I put the cost, how much the total item is. I put the day, because you could select which day you do the payment plan for. You can do the 5th, 10th, 15th, 20th, 25th, and you can select which day. But I wanted to know, am I overlapping on any of these payment plans? Because it happens, and then you get hit with like 2 or 3 payment plans on one day, and you're totally effed in the A. So keeping track of my payment plans, knowing which day they're coming out, A, it forced me to switch some days around so I'm not doubling up, and B, it really forced me to kind of examine how much I'm spending on the hobby. So that's what I'm doing. And the dog's going frickin' apeshiz right now, so I don't know why he's barking. Do we have a delivery? We have a delivery. I wonder what it is. Let's see. Which delivery person is it? The heck? Did Mrs. Cincy sell something? Because this dude is literally putting money under our doormat. She must have sold something. And it's raining out, so he's using the item he purchased to cover himself from rain. All right. Well, that's a thing. I thought it was a delivery, but it's someone giving us money. Anyway, guys, sorry to get sidetracked there. Here's another pickup I got. It is a Star Wars vintage collection figure. It will go up there, if you could see it, with my heroes from Return of the Jedi. It is a Return of the Jedi figure. It is a hero from Return of the Jedi, and it is from Walmart. It is Endor Leia. This is the new Endor Leia, the 50th Lucasfilm Limited Vintage Collection Endor Leia. She looks amazing. I almost don't want to take it off card because it looks so frickin' amazing on card. But I'm probably going to take it off card or buy another one. But there you go. There's Endor Leia. Here's a little focus action for you. And then there's only a few figures on the back here. Paplu, ATST driver. So there you go there. That was an unexpected delivery. Let me fix my camera so I don't look like I am very short. There you go there. Release her, Room V says. I will probably release her, but I just got to see. It looks awesome on card. It looks so good. Let's see. It looks like a lot of people are chiming in as far as my idea to keep track monetarily and share it publicly with how much I'm spending on this. Fabulous Disaster says, I constantly sell off items. I should have my own warehouse. Anthony Morales, $1,000 a month, but I sell a lot of my stuff. Nameless, they are going ham on the Mandalorian Hot Toys. How much do I set aside for myself a month? Sorry if you heard that burp. I set aside about $400 a month, give or take. But that has to pay for a lot of stuff. It pays for everything that I collect. It pays for comic books. My comic books are getting more and more expensive. They're $4, $5, $6, sometimes $10 an issue now. They're ridiculous. So, and I get comics every freaking week. Again, that's why I'm cutting back. It has to pay for my action figure pickups. I collect hockey cards. I just bought this card right here. This is a Tim Stutzla Young Guns card. This is rookie. This was $50. I collect hockey jerseys. That's how I pay for that stuff too. So while it seems like, hey, you're putting aside a lot of money, it's got to pay for a lot of stuff. So it thins out very, very quickly. Chris says, I recently purged almost everything but TMNT. Motu and video game related figures was a relief just to focus on a few things now. Honestly, whenever I hear people purging a large portion of their collection and focusing like on one line or two lines, everyone says the same thing. It says that it's like a big burden off their shoulders. It's a relief. They enjoy it more. They can focus on just one thing. It's the same thing. No one regrets it. No one says, oh man, I really regret selling those. Or, oh man, I'm going to miss all those lines that I used to collect. Everyone says the same thing. Oh, I feel so much better now. I feel so much better. I have so much more extra money. I'm not stressed out about collecting. So, King Dingling says, did the spreadsheet make you dizzy when you saw the total number? Yes. And I just look at, like I'm scrolling down this spreadsheet right now, guys. And I'm looking at some of these dollar amounts. I'm looking specifically at the Deluxe Mandalorian Boba Fett set. It's a 2-figure set, $481. Holy frickin' crap. That's a lot of money. Iron Man Mark V. That's the die-cast suitcase armor Iron Man. $353. Die-cast War Machine, which is from Iron Man 2. They just re-released it. It's like the best-looking War Machine. $357. Sam Cap, $341. Let's do a little frickin' total. It's ridiculous. Sum of all of these, $3,000. $3,000 in stuff that I have payment plans for on Hot Toys. That's ridiculous, guys. Granted, a lot of them are really spread out over like 2 years, but still, that's insane. Javi Soprano, keep my pre-orders to a minimum. Random Killer X. I think that's what gets you is pre-orders, because you don't spend the money until the stuff comes in for the most part, unless you're on a payment plan. So you just get this stuff. You're like, oh, that looks cool. I'll pre-order it. And then it hits. And then you're not expecting it, and it just takes a big-ass chunk out of your frickin' spending money, your wallet. That's what kills us is the damn pre-orders, because a lot of people don't keep track of them. One of the things I like the most about Big Bad is that you could see all of your pre-orders right there. You could see them all there. Some of those, if you buy from multiple companies, you lose track of what you have on pre-order. It's very, very easy to do. Holy frick. WT if it's one donated $1.99 through Super Chat. And he said, yeah, I try not to spend too much money on figures. Very, very hard to do. There's a lot of cool stuff coming out. Again, $40, $30. That's $70 that I was not going to spend because I was not going to collect this line. And look what I frickin' did. That's $70. Here's another one. I was not going to collect these. This was $20. That's $90. That's almost $100 in 1 week. $100 on stuff that I was not planning on buying, that I was not going to collect, that I saw it, I looked at it, and I'm like, oh man. It wasn't even FOMO. I wasn't like afraid to miss out on it. It was just, I got it in hand. And I'm like, good Lord, that looks amazing. It's huge. It's the biggest battle cat I've ever freaking seen. It looks awesome. Look at all the articulation. And I bought it. That's what happens. That's how it happens. Let's see here. I'm afraid to know how much I spend on collecting Random Killer X says. All right, comments jumped here. Michael Cherry, what do you think about the Action Force figs? They look freaking amazing. They look amazing. I only have the Sergeant Slaughter on pre-order, and I ordered the accessory set for Gung Ho to make them look more OG G.I. Joe. But the pictures that I've seen, they look awesome. Absolutely awesome. What's the MMA fighter that just got his likeness on a figure? Tim Kennedy. Tim Kennedy was an MMA fighter that I used to follow religiously. I used to be big into MMA. It was around the time that I was training MMA myself, just for fun. I was doing a lot of that. I was ordering every UFC pay-per-view. I was watching every MMA fight that I could watch. Pride, Strikeforce, every UFC. And Tim Kennedy was one of my favorite guys, and it looks like he partnered with Vala, and he's getting his like head sculpt. He's getting his own figure, so that's cool. I would not mind getting that. But yeah, it looks really good. 400, that's one Hot Toys nowadays, Rob Solo says. Javi says 400 sounds low. Yep. A lot of people spend a lot more than that on a monthly basis. Night of Brent says, I bet Paplu's first name is Dominic. Looks like a Dominic. What? It's very random. Alexander Nielsen, I'm waiting for Big Bad to snap back at me how much a pre-order and then cancel when they show up. Dude, I do that a lot too. I feel so bad about doing that. I pre-order a lot through Big Bad, and then I'll find it in stores and then cancel the pre-order. I'm like, they're gonna ban me from this site. I do it so often. But they just get stuff. You would think that they would get stuff first with the amount that they order, with the volume they order. But then you think, everyone orders from these guys. They have to fulfill a lot of orders. So, yeah, I'm waiting for the day where they're just like, you know what? You can go F yourself. You've canceled too many orders. Hit the bricks. So you're not the only one, Alexander. Alexander says, still buy a lot, but cancel more than half. Do a lot of people do that? Or are Alexander and I are the only ones? Again, I hate doing it because it's like breaking a promise. To me, a pre-order is like you're promising that you're going to buy it from them. But again, they get it so damn late. And I see it. I'll pass on it. I'm like, no, I got it on pre-order. I'll pass on it. It'll start to dry up on the shelves. I don't see it anymore. And then I'll see it again. I'm like, is this sucker going to frickin' dry up? What if they cancel my order? I'll just get it now. That's usually how it happens. Let's see. V says, because your soul knows an overload of materialism. Correct. Yes, I'm a child of materialism. That's what growing up in the 80s was like. Because we grew up on cartoons that were essentially toy commercials. So I'm a product of materialism, as are probably 98% of you guys. Alexander, many collectors that I've talked to do enjoy refocusing their collections, but then some have regrets and some re-pick up the line afterwards. Let's see here. Yeah, I got out of the hot toy game way too much money. Fabulous Disaster says, one of these days I'm going to get my finances together, but first I need this last hot toy. This without taxes and shipping. Yeah, that's a good point as well. That's where they get you. Rob Swallow. Sandy says, hi, I hope to see you at the Columbus Toy Show in August. I'm planning on it. I have to check out airfares. There's 2 shows that I've been wanting to try to go to. The first is PowerCon in Anaheim. The second is the Columbus Toy Show in Ohio in August. So, I'm going to try and go to them. But I have a lot of obligations as a dad. I have a lot of obligations as a parent with my kids, with them doing a lot of extracurriculars. Miss Cincy just got a big promotion, so she's been asked to have more responsibilities. So I have to really kind of step up with the girls, specifically like extracurricular activities. So I'm not saying no, I'm not going to be at those shows, but I'm not guaranteeing I'm not going to be at those shows, but I'm going to try everything in my power to be at those shows because I really want to go. All right, comments jumped. Where was I? I made a deal with myself 2 years ago. Every action figure I buy, I put the exact same amount in my savings account. Makes me look hard for deals. Carl Grant, that's a frickin' excellent idea. I love that idea, actually. That's amazing. That's very, very cool. You've probably built up a pretty nice savings then. But I love that. It's very responsible. Turtle Chris, I take that Battle Cat off your hands if you're having second thoughts. I'm not having any second thoughts right now. I really like it. I really want to open it up. Impulse buys add up quickly. They do, Javi Soprano. And a lot of my stuff that I buy, I said it in a recent video, a lot of my stuff that I buy are impulse buys. Michael says, I got 30 pre-orders throughout Sideshow, Ami, Amazon Japan, and Big Bad. Simone Giguer says, go Habs go. Hope it will need a good show. I think they, yeah. Canadiens are the underdogs here. Lightning looks so damn strong. But at the same time, no one thought the Canadiens were going to win against any of the other teams they played. The Leafs or the Knights. So, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it's a good series. I don't want a lopsided series. King Dingaling says, did you pre-order the John Wick Action Force figure? What? John Wick Action Force figure? Agent Grimm, I think. Holy frick. Hold on 1 second here. I need to look at this. Action Force Grimm. Oh my lord. That's awesome. Alright, I'm looking at this sucker right now. Grim Reaper. Agent Grimm. Big Bad Toy Store exclusive. It's a 4-inch figure. That looks awesome. Holy crap. That is so cool. I did not even know this was a thing. So thank you for pointing that out. Who was that? Who said that? King Dingaling. Thank you for letting me know about that. That's badass. Yeah, guys, check it out. It's a Big Bad Toy Store Eagle Force Grim Reaper Agent Grimm exclusive. And that's a good head sculpt for a 4-inch figure. Let's see. I gotta be mindful of time because Mrs. Cincy's bringing me some Chick-fil-A. Hell yes. Let's see. Michael Gutierrez. I want Motu Revelations figures. I want the damn series to come out. I really want to watch that show. Ren says I'm a random person. I never pre-order stuff. Never have, never will. Michael says I'm thinking about selling my NECA Back to the Future figures. Collecting feels like it's becoming a chore. That right there is when you know you need to change things. When you feel like you're not even having fun doing this. When you're not having fun, it's becoming a chore. That's when you got to change. You got to either figure out what really makes you happy collecting. I've been in that space before, so totally feel what you're talking about. But yeah, Ami will ban you. I've heard that. Michael Thomas, yes, Ami will ban you if you start canceling a bunch of pre-orders. Fabulous Disaster says, I cancel a lot from Big Bad. Again, if anyone from Big Bad is watching, I wholeheartedly apologize that I do that. I don't want to do that. But at the same time, I see it sometimes months ahead of time in stores. At brick and mortar stores like Target and Walmart. Months. Not just weeks, not just days. We're talking like I've seen stuff 2 to 3 months before it started shipping from Big Bad. So, I don't have any kind of deal with Big Bad, but I also don't want to be on their poo-poo list. So, if anyone from Big Bad's watching, I apologize for having to do that, but you got to put yourself in the collector's shoes. It happens a lot. Alexander says, yeah, I've been banned from Ami's main site, but I buy from them on eBay now. They refused to reinstate my account when I asked. Stanley's Toy Channel. Hello, Cincy. How you doing today? I'm doing great, Stanley. How are you? Turtle Chris, I see pre-orders as insurance if I don't find it in the wild. No loyalty. Patrick Peluso, do you think the day will come when NECA will start making DC action figures and McFarlane will stop making them? I think McFarlane is going to hold on to that DC license with every inch of their being. I think that it's going to take an act of God for them to let go of that DC license. I think McFarlane is having so much fun with the DC license right now. But you never know. We'll see. I thought that NECA did a hell of a job with those DC figures that were like crossovers. There was like 2 packs with Predators and Alien figures. They did like a Green Lantern, a Superman, and a Batman. And those NECA DC figures looked freaking awesome. They looked great. So we know if McFarlane ever lets go of the license and NECA picks it up, we know NECA's going to do a great job with it. Michael Gutierrez says, the Motu Revelation figures I want to get are He-Man, Battle-Cat, Tila, Man-at-Arms, Beast-Man, and Spycore. Big Man Gabe, after all my bills are paid, only then I buy my figures. Very, very responsible and honestly, very, very smart. These hobbies of ours should never take priority. They should always be secondary. Really big into Black Series and DC. It jumped in DC and Marvel figures. Big Man Gabe. Alexander says, oh, PowerCon. I so want to go to it too. Michael Cherry. And honestly, so Craig and I, Narc and I, went to PowerCon. And I'm fairly certain that there was no announcement that Kevin Smith was going to be there. That Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes were going to be there. And it was a total surprise for them being there. And we got to meet them. We got pictures with them. It was so freaking cool seeing those guys in person because I grew up on Kevin Smith movies since I was 20 and Clerks came out. So I have a feeling PowerCon is going to have some very, very big surprise guests. So if you're on the fence for PowerCon, I would advise you might want to look into going. My wild-ass guess is that Mark Hamill's going to be there. Because I think he voices Skeletor, right? In the Revelation cartoon. I can just see them pulling something like that. I can see them just doing something really, really cool for the attendees at PowerCon. Just some wild-ass surprises. Let me look at something here really quick. I'm going to tell you who the voice actors are for Revelation. Revelation. And we're going to take some guesses. If I can frickin' find it. Let's see. Motu Revelation. I'm on IMDb right now. What the frick? Why can I not find it? Let's try this. Masters of the Universe. If not, I'm just searching Kevin Smith. Master of the Universe. Revelation. There we go. Alright. Let's take a look at the voice actors for this show. Kevin Smith is the producer, creator. Kevin Conroy. I don't know who they've announced for PowerCon. Which guest they've actually announced. But again, Kevin Smith was a complete surprise, as far as I can remember, a couple years ago when Craig and I went to PowerCon. Here's some of the voice actors. Kevin Conroy, so voice of Batman, does Merman. Diedrich Bader, who was on the Drew Carey show. He's a very well-known. If you saw his face, you know who he is. He does Trapjaw. Lena Headey, who was on Game of Thrones, and she was also in 300, is Evil Lynn. Sarah Michelle Gellar, who I stood behind at a Starbucks, and it was like 2002, in Beverly Hills, stood behind her. Sarah Michelle Gellar plays Tila. Justin frickin' Long, one of my favorite actors. Frickin' hilarious dude. Justin Long plays Roboto. Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, Skeletor. Jason Mewes. I did not even know he does a voice in this. Jason Mewes is Stinkor. That's hilarious. Let's see here. Alan Oppenheimer, Mossman. Henry Rollins? I didn't know Henry Rollins was a voice on this. Henry Rollins, Triclops. Just keep in mind, any of these people could be surprise guests at PowerCon. They will not announce it. They will just show up and be there, and everyone will be blown away by it. Alicia Silverstone, or is it Alicia Silverstone? Clueless. Queen Marlena. Stephen Root, very famous actor, Cringer. And then, of course, Kevin Smith's daughter, Harley Quinn Smith, is Elena. Henry Rollins. Imagine if Henry Rollins was there. Imagine if Justin Long was there. Sarah Michelle Gellar. Mark frickin' Hamill. Kevin Conroy. It could be insane. Super Jeff, good gamer, just subscribed. Thank you, Super Jeff. I appreciate it. Let's see if there's anyone else hidden in the cast and crew. Any other famous names? Tony Todd. So, wasn't he Candyman? He plays Skelegod. This is great casting. The fact that Jason Mewes plays Stinkor and Tony Todd is Skelegod is just freaking awesome casting. But yeah, so there's my... and of course, Chris Wood, who I'm not familiar with, he is the voice of He-Man, but guys, PowerCon. It could be epic. I hate using that word, but it could be absolutely freaking epic as far as a con to go to. All right, let's catch up on comments here. Ken, is that correct? Dame Judi Dench is Orko, or is that a joke? I don't know when to take you seriously or not, because you're freaking hilarious. Let's see. Ron Perlman is voicing Optimus Primal in the new Transformers movie. That's cool. Griffin Newman is Orca. Okay, so it's not it's not Judi Dench. Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes are the two nicest celebs I've ever met, Stuart Fulbrook says. Yeah, me and Craig were actually leaving. We were going to the airport, and we were leaving, and we were in the parking lot, and I go, there's Jason Mewes, and he was walking through the parking lot. I think he was like on Twitch or something, live streaming, and I yelled, Snoochie Boochies! And he turned around and was like, yeah! It was freaking amazing. That whole trip was so fun, honestly. Rob's Pippin Rose says, I landed a Hush Superman for $75. It's on the way. That is an amazing purchase because that thing has really dried up and then it's starting to go up in value. So very, very good pickup there. Michael Gutierrez, I want the McFarlane Bloodsport, Peacemaker, and Gold Label King Shark. Did you mention what Mrs. Cincy sells, or is that personal? She doesn't sell. She's a, what is her official title? Senior director at a big company. So she is ascending. She's going up the corporate ladder. She's a hell of a hard worker. She's a harder worker than I'm ever going to be. So she continues to just knock it out of the park. I would say within 5 years, she's probably going to be a vice president. So hopefully she hangs on to this loser because I don't see any promotions in my future. But yeah, I definitely got a sugar mama. Miguel says, love Big Bad Toy Store and Ami Ami plus Okani Land. I've never used that. Love to pre-order. DC's very happy with McFarlane, Michael Taylor says. Chris Wood is Mon-El in the Arrowverse. Very cool. Let's see. John Wick 4 has begun filming. Very, very awesome. Sugar Mama Gang represent Vern's Hobbies. Hell yes, man. Sugar Mamas. Shout out to all the dudes with not very good jobs that have sugar mamas. I actually have a decent job. I shouldn't say that. I have a decent job. I do what I love. I make videos. Video production is my job. And it pays decent. But it doesn't pay anything near what Miss Cincy gets. So she's definitely the breadwinner. And I have no problems with that. I know some dudes are like, oh, I don't want my wife making more than me. Screw that, man. I want her to make a lot more than me. Javi Soprano has a sugar mama. Vern has a sugar mama. Shout out right now if you guys got a sugar mama. Let's see how many of you guys make less than your wives or girlfriends or significant others. Nameless. Hopefully Spider-Man 3 is all the hype. Rob's Pippa Road sugar mama over here. Is that the thing now? Are we all Has there been a shift in the landscape and the workscape? Vern says, same here. My wife's earning potential eclipses. I read that wrong. My wife's earning potential eclipses mine. There we go. Since you're going to watch Titans Season 3. Michael, I have not watched Titans Season 1 or 2 yet. I really want to watch Titans, and I want to watch, what's the name of that show? Why am I brain farting on it? It's a DC show. Robot guy. Doom Patrol. Holy frick. Come on, head. Start working. Doom Patrol. I want to start watching that. Juan says, Miss Cincy doing Hot Toys purchases for you. Doubtful. What it might mean is if that woman keeps getting promotions, it might mean that I might be able to pursue my lifelong dream of opening my own hobby shop sooner than later. That was going to be like a retirement gig for me. It was retiring and sinking some money into a little store where I could sell comic books and action figures and toys, and just having my own toy shop / comic shop. That's like my dream job. Leon says, my wife's a nurse and makes more than double what I make, and it's a beautiful thing. Yes, Mrs. Cincy makes twice as much as me, so it is a beautiful thing. I'm a high school teacher, and my wife is a physical therapist. Definitely got a sugar mama. Patrick Butcher. We should do our own group, our own T-shirt, Sugar Mama Club. I have like a little symbol of like our wives hardworking, and we're just playing with action figures and stuff. Sugar Mama Club. It's freaking awesome. Nameless, are you going to see Fast 9? Nameless, I saw it. I saw Fast 9, and I loved it. And if you liked any of the Fast... Now, the one exception is John Campea hated it. John Campea liked the previous Fast movies, but he hated Fast 9. I freaking loved Fast 9. I thought it was great. I did see it in a different kind of theater, though. I saw it in a 4X... I think it's called an M4X theater. What that means is it literally feels like a ride. I was sitting on a chair that when the cars would rev their engines, the chair would go ba 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 ba. When he'd hit the NOS, the nitrous oxide, the car would go, the seat that I sat in the theater would go, and it would move. And you literally felt like you were in the car with Dominic Toretto. When Tyrese, these aren't really spoilers, when Tyrese has an AK-47 and there's a bunch of dudes surrounding him and he goes, brrrr, there was light flashes inside the theater where he was shooting. He went like this, light flashes would go, and the chair would go, ba 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 ba. So it literally feels like you're at like a freaking theme park ride. My reading. So it literally feels like you're at a theme park ride. When there was a couple times where they would go from inside to outside, and a jet of air shot into our faces. Literally, this chair, air into our face, and it feels like you're outside. Like a character would go from inside to outside really fast, and that's what happened. It was crazy. 4DX. Thank you, Michael Thomas. So yeah, I saw Fast 9 in a 4DX theater. It was an experience. Just an experience. And I would definitely recommend, if you are into the Fast movies, if you like being in movies that are absolutely physics-bending ridiculous, but hilarious, and you see the hilarity in it, and they're even becoming a little self-aware in the movie. You'll see when you watch it. If you like movies like that, go see Fast 9. And if you have a 4DX theater near you, see it in a 4DX theater. The only thing I would recommend is if you get sick on those rides at theme parks that like shake you around like that, if you don't like those rides, don't go to a 4DX movie. But if you like those, definitely see it in a 4DX theater. Anyway. Let's see. Where are we? Lady Baller Energy. Sweet Spot is about it. Ken says, anything spark you on those Mattel WWE reveals, or will you be able to stay Ultimate Unrivaled focused? I have shied away from the Mattel WWE stuff. I saw the Ricky the Dragon Steamboat at a Walmart, and I've never come closer to buying one of those crossover figures than I did when I saw that. It just looks awesome. With the red and yellow and the green, the Steamboat looks freaking amazing, but I didn't buy it. If that ever happens, Cincy, I would definitely go visit your shop. Very cool. Yeah, I know it'll happen. I know at some point in my life I will own my own comic book store / toy store. And I hope you all come and visit me and hang out in there. I'll have like video games in there. It'll just be a blast. I'll show movies in there all the time. It's going to be a freaking hangout is what it's going to be. If you decide to buy stuff in there, so be it. But it's going to be a freaking hangout. Michael Taylor says, Campia is wrong a lot, just saying. I tend to agree with him a lot, on his opinion a lot. But yes, I do disagree with him from time to time. Vern says, those theater seats sound amazing. Never tried them yet. Stuart says, I'm going to a preview screening of Black Widow on July 7th. I cannot wait for Black Widow. I cannot wait for it. When you saw Fast 9, did it have the Jurassic World Dominion preview with it? No. Did it? I don't think it did. No. Michael says 40X is the best way to see action movies. I think they're doing Black Widow in 40X too, so that'll be cool. The only part, and I'll let you know ahead of time, if you go see Fast 9 in a 40X theater, the only part that kind of made me a little queasy, there's a part where one of the characters gets behind the wheel, and she's not a very good driver, and she's literally just hitting car after car after car after car after car. She must have hit about 15 cars. And every time she would hit the car, the seat would just go... And I was like, oh, good God. I had to put my head back, just like this, and just try and absorb, because the seat was doing this every time she'd hit a frickin' car. That was the only time I got a little, all right, cool it, guys, with the vibration on this damn chair. But otherwise, it was frickin' awesome. I loved the flashes with the gunfire. It was so cool seeing the flashes. And then there was also a couple times when a bullet would go really close to one of the main characters, and they'd like get around something, and you'd hear the and like the bullet would like whiz by. They would shoot the air by your head, and you'd feel the by your ear. And the dude that was sitting next to me goes. They did it a couple times, but it was pretty awesome. I'm talking about 40X theaters, guys. I'm talking about seeing Fast 9 in 40X theaters if you're just joining. By the way, thank you to everyone that is part of this live stream right now. 145 people watching. I appreciate it. Hello. What you doing? Besides sending me weird texts that are interrupting my live stream. I thought your phone got hacked. I'm like, what is she talking about? Hello, P-Dog.
Hello.
Let's see here. Hey, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
When Mommy gets here with the Chick-fil-A, can you text me and let me know?
Instead of the weird text messages?
Yes, no more weird text messages because they're very weird. And then favor number 2, can you run and get me a drink from the small fridge, please?
Oh yeah, why is Mommy taking forever?
She's working out.
Oh.
Can you give me one of the Gatorades on the bottom shelf?
Yeah.
Thank you, sweetie pie. All right.
I'm okay.
Practical Joker, P-Dog. She's a prankster. She likes to pull pranks. Vern's hobbies. Austin Collins. How's it going, Austin? Name it the Nerd Bar and have a real bar, too. I actually thought about that. That was one of the ideas. Mrs. Cincy actually thought about that because we had talked about me retiring from work and opening my own shop because she knows it's been a dream of mine. And she goes, you should make it like serve beer there and make it a bar, too. And there's a lot of like problems with that, with like liquor licenses and stuff. And locations. Thank you so much, Sweetie Pie. So I don't know if that's going to be a thing, but it'll definitely be a hangout for sure. Lone Wolf, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Let's see. Leon said, heck yeah, that would be awesome. I'm down for a trip to your store for sure. Javi Sopranos said, buy stuff from your shop, Cincy. I've even picked out a location locally. There's a really cool location in the downtown area in the city that I live in that looks like an old town from like the 50s. And the storefronts, they're very close together and it's like very narrow. It's just a really cool like feeling, like a downtown, old school, old style town. And it would be cool to have like a comic store, a comic shop in that little area. I don't know how much like, it's not called drive-by traffic. It's called window traffic. I don't know what I'm trying to think of. It's off the beaten path. It's not on the main road. So I don't know how much like people would like see it and say, hey, there's a comic shop. Let's stop there. But it's just a cool location. All right, let's see. I still have some stuff to show you guys. All right. So a couple more things here. I bought a couple WWE Elite Figures. I'm a big fan of this dude. I was a big fan of him for his entire career. I'm a big fan of him now, even though he's not really wrestling anymore. So there's a hint. Hint number one. He's not really wrestling anymore. He's more so an actor. He's not the actor from the WWE. It's not Dwayne The Rock. However, he's getting some roles recently. He will be featured in one upcoming movie from DC called The Suicide Squad. He was also in the movie that I saw most recently called F9. His name is John Cena. Honestly, when he first appeared on the screen when I was watching Fast 9, I thought someone was going to do the trumpet sound. But no. But I got these two Cenas. This is the Legend Cena. This one you can find at Target right now. This is kind of what he looked like when he first debuted, when he did the ruthless aggression. When he first debuted. But he also wore this again for his match against The Fiend at, was it WrestleMania 36, the Firefly Funhouse match. So he put this gear back on. So it kind of comes with a modern day Cena head sculpt, which actually looks a lot like he looked in Fast 9. That head sculpt right there. And then it has his younger head sculpt right there. But there's Mr. John Cena. You can't see him. And then I got, hey, Capono Bear donated $5 to Super Chat. Capono Bear says, watching with my 5-year-old son and 4-year-old daughter. Thanks. That's awesome, man. Thanks for watching. And it's very, very cool that you're watching with your kids. I know my girls, when I'm live streaming, they do. That's why I try to not to say a whole lot of bad words and stuff, because they watch from their computers downstairs and then they run up here and get on camera and then run downstairs and like to see themselves on camera. So it's cool to know that other dads are watching with their families, their kids. But thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. This is the other John Cena I picked up. This is also kind of a throwback to when he had the whole word life. He has the Nux word life, the Master Lock on the chain. He's got the hat and the old school WWF logo there. But there's another Cena. Again, I'm a big fan of him. I like Cena. I like The Rock. So pretty much any Elite or Ultimate Cena that comes out, I'm going to buy. I have the Ultimate Cena. I have those two. I have the Elite with the green basketball jersey. It's supposed to be like a Celtics jersey, but I'm a big fan of him. And then I got one more item to show you guys. Well, let's see what you guys are talking about here in the chatski. Calvin Vallejo. So we currently have 100% of the infamous Vallejo brothers, my friends. What's up, Calvin and Kevin? How's it going, guys? I hope to see you guys at the show this Saturday, North Dallas Toy Show. Once again, I'll be setting up there. Narc will be setting up. I believe Boston Mike will be setting up. Rube will be there. Hopefully Plastic Addict will be there in the morning before he has to catch his flight. But it'll be a good time. I'll be selling a lot of Hot Toys. So if you're in the mood to buy some Hot Toys, if you got some cash to spend, come visit me, see what I got, or at least just say hi. Foot traffic, thank you. I could not think of the term. All right, let's see here. Okay. Patrick says in your future store, you should have a candy section, call it Sugar Mamas. That's a frickin' amazing idea, and I'm going to steal that. So Patrick, thank you for that. Rob says I met Ricky Steamboat at WrestleMania in Orlando, an absolute gentleman. Every time I see footage of people meeting him on like YouTube, he looks like the nicest guy. Jared says for Black Widow, I'm getting a giant popcorn and drink and kicking back to enjoy. It will be my first. It will be my first to me in a movie in a theater since early 2020. F9 was my first movie in the theater in a long, long time. I definitely want to see several other movies that are out right now. I want to see Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. I want to see Wrath of Man, Jason Statham. By the way. No, I'm not even going to say it. I want to see Wrath of Man with Jason Statham. And stay through the credits of Fast 9. I saw the last Pirates of the Caribbean in 40X. I got... I found... It sounds so funny reading this, but... Stuart Fulbrook says, I saw the last Pirates of the Caribbean in a 40X theater. I got really wet. Stanley's Toy Channel, thank you for doing this, Cincy. Yeah, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. New Order 2K, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Who's your favorite Black Series figure? BT Toy Photography. Are you talking about this year or like overall in my collection? This year, man, I would have to say it's probably... That's a tough question. I forgot what's come out this year. I really like the Mandalorian figure, the Beskar Steel Mandalorian figure, and I like Bo-Katan a lot. And I really like the Tuskens, the Archive Tusken figures. Michael Taylor says, need arcade machines. Yeah, I'll have a bunch of one-up machines in my future hypothetical dream store. Because one of the things that I really liked about Comics to Games, Mike and Tess, shout out to them. Shout out to their amazing store. Just one of the best stores ever. If you're in Cincinnati, go to Comics to Games in North Kentucky. It's just, I loved it. Every time I drove to Comics to Games, honestly, I'm not just saying this because they really treated me well there and I went there a lot. Every time I drove there, it felt like I was driving to a convention. If you've driven to a convention, you know that feeling that you get, that just kind of excited feeling that you get, that you know you're about to see a bunch of cool stuff. That was literally every time I drove from my house to Comics to Games, I had that same feeling. So it was cool because their store, it's now like 2 or 3 times the size of how big it was when I used to go there. But he has an entire pinball machine area. It's like its own arcade now. I love that place. Love it. Absolutely recommend it. But now I'm getting sad thinking about it since I haven't been there in a long time. Does it chap your ace like it did mine when Hot Toys revealed the new Mando figure after we just got the Deluxe? So irritating. Joey Magana, hell frickin' yes. I was talking about that earlier in the stream. Yeah, what the heck, Hot Toys? We just got this one. And you release a second version with shinier armor, the spear, the frickin' Darksaber, and more accessories. They're calling it a season 2 Beskar Steel Mandalorian, but still, come on. Seems like a cash grab to me, but now, I mean, I love this figure. It's like one of my favorite figures of the year, but I'm going to be living with... Plus, it has a Pedro Pascal head sculpt. Why could we not get that with this one? Come on, Hot Toys. Come on. I heard there's a super rare China variant of that Cena. Oh, Lord. Hot Toys trying to get that money. Pat, that was a man from Room V. That was not my own joke there. That was Room V. And Room V's sense of humor. Can you hold up that Cena figure again? I couldn't see him. Okay, here we go, guys, with the John Cena humor. Chris Padilla, where you guys meet all these sugar mamas at? When I met my sugar mama, she was in debt. All she had was a low-paying job and a bunch of college debt. But I knew when I started dating her, I'm like, this girl, she is a hardworking girl. She's got a good head on her shoulders. She's freaking smart. She's gonna go places. I didn't date her or marry her for that reason. I just knew that I really liked her, and I knew she was going to go places. But yeah, when I first met her, when did we meet? 2005? 16 years ago? She wasn't a sugar mama back then. She had to work for everything she has achieved. But, yeah. Bought the heavy Mando hot toy, but never pulled the trigger on a regular Mando. I knew they would crank them out. Now, I don't know which one I want. Well, Javi, you have definitely a very, very nice selection of Mandalorian figures to choose from. I would personally choose the newest one with the frickin' beautiful chromed armor and the Pedro head sculpt and the awesome looking spear and the awesome looking darksaber. Vern says Wrath of Man was alright. Not a fan of the ending, but the first 2/3 were great. BT says overall. Bobby Makovsky, how's it going? If the cost of lumber comes back down, building a DIY arcade cabinet is much cheaper. Alexander says, yeah, I think the thing that stings is the head sculpt. Me too. It's the head sculpt, the spear, and the darksaber that do it for me. I don't care about the accessories that look like he's carrying, like the Boba Fett helmet and the stuff where he's just carrying stuff. Like in that second episode of The Mandalorian where the dudes try and rob him and they destroy his bike. Hey, since you're going to get into the Silverhawks toy line from Super 7. 365 Toy Hunter, I pre-ordered the first wave, so all 4, yes. Really, really excited for those. They look freaking awesome. They have a Mandalorian hot toy with gold armor also. Nameless said that. They do? I haven't seen that one. Patrick says, Comics to Games is the best. I remember when it was just the first section, Mike and Tess have built an amazing nerd atmosphere. They really have. It's like my favorite store of all time. I just freaking love it there. Juan says, I'm definitely getting that new version of Mando. Relatively nerdy. Wasn't too crazy about the new WWE Elites coming. There's a few that I really like. The Billy Gunn DX figure and the Kevin Nash I'm excited for. Because the last Kevin Nash Elite figures that we have gotten have really gone up in price. There was like I think there was a Wolfpack Kevin Nash, and then there was an NWO one, and they're freaking expensive. So we needed a new Nash. Oh, I think Mrs. Cincy's back with dinner, so I got to wrap it up. Joey Magana, I would love to see Super 7 tackle biker mice from Mars or Centurions. What toy line do you think Super 7 would crush? Mask. Give us Mask. That would be cool. Visionaries, another cool one. And you're right, Centurions would be freaking badass. If don't own a hot toy but would want just one Spider-Man, what do you recommend for a classic Spidey fan? There's a video game Spidey that's coming out. It's a classic video game Spidey, and it's the best looking comic book original looking Spidey I have ever seen. So check that one out. It's on Sideshow. I gotta go though because the food's downstairs and I need my Chick-fil-A, guys. So thanks for being here. Thanks for everyone that's here. Of course, I'm peacing out when we have our highest viewership. But thanks for being here. I'll probably be on live again later on in the week. But adios, guys. Have fun collecting. Thumbs up if you like the live stream. Check out the premiered video that I did earlier this afternoon. But I'll see you guys later on in the week. Adios.